Showbiz Pizza Place was an American family entertainment center and restaurant pizza chain from 1980 until 1992. Welcome to Eric C. Productions. If this is your first time watching one of my videos, please hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you get notified of my latest videos that are posted during the week. Be sure to hit that like button and leave a suggestion or a comment. You might see that video in a future posting. Thanks for watching, and now back to the program.
Is made for sharing, share the fun at Showbiz Pizza Place. We've got singing fun at Showbiz, eating fun at Showbiz, electronic fun at Showbiz, Showbiz Pizza Place. We've got big kids fun at Showbiz, little kids fun at Showbiz, family fun at Showbiz, Showbiz Pizza Place. Share the fun,
bye,
come on and share the fun at Showbiz Pizza Place.
Former founder of Atari, Nolan Bushnell, who had started the Chuck E. Cheese franchise, was looking for a franchisee. To expand beyond California and the West Coast, Bushnell began to franchise, resulting in a co-development agreement between himself and Robert Brock of Topeka Inn Management in June of 1979. The agreement handed Brock exclusive franchising rights for opening Pizza Time theaters in 16 states across the southern and midwestern United States, which also forming a company subdivision, Pizza Showbiz, to develop the Pizza Time theaters. Late in 1979, Brock became aware of Aaron Fechter of Creative Engineering Inc. and his work in animatronics. In November of 1979, he scouted Fechter's business and concluded that Creative Engineering's animatronics would be too strong a competition for Bushnell's work. Brock therefore requested that Bushnell release him from their co-development agreement, wishing to develop with Fechter instead. When Bushnell refused, Brock and Fechter went ahead anyway and negotiated a preliminary agreement. Early in 1980, Brock told Bushnell their agreement was canceled. Bushnell sued for breach of contract and Brock countersued for misrepresentation. Brock and Bushnell eventually reached a legal settlement whereby Brock could use the Pizza Time theater concept in return for fees paid on a percentage of the annual gross revenues of the first 160 Showbiz restaurants. Brock opened his first Showbiz Pizza Place in March of 1980, incorporating under the name Showbiz Pizza Time, Inc. in Kansas. The Brock Hotel Corporation owned 80% of Showbiz Pizza Place, while the other 20% was owned by CEI, which produced the chain's animatronics show, The Rock-afire Explosion. By September of 1981, there were 48 company-owned outlets and 42 franchises. Showbiz Pizza expanded quickly, building restaurants primarily in the Midwest, Southwest, and on the West Coast. In 1981, according to a 1982 Fortune article, Showbiz restaurants averaged $1.45 million per location. Part of the reason was size. The typical Showbiz unit was between 10,000 to 11,000 square feet and could serve 400 to 500 customers per restaurant. Another reason for their success was all of those quarters being played on the video games, which brought in over 25% of sales revenues. Of course, the restaurant entertainment centers were also more expensive to build and outfit. It was reported that a Showbiz unit cost $1.25 million, including $90,000 for 8 animals and their stage effects, plus $200,000 for 50 video games and 30 amusement park devices for children. In the dining area, customers sat at tables, ate pizza, and watched large, wildly costumed robot animals sing and perform skits. On one of the 3 stages at Showbiz, the Rock-afire Explosion Band consisted of a gorilla, a bear, a mouse, and a dog performing songs from the 1960s to attract the parents. In the age before smartphones, where the parents could simply jump on the free Wi-Fi and simply check their social media accounts, back then, in the prehistoric times. In another room, adults had the alternative of watching soap operas on widescreen televisions. A merchandise booth at most restaurants sold hats, t-shirts, stuffed animals, and other toys, as well as redeeming all of those hard-earned tickets. By the mid-1980s, the video game craze was over. Showbiz began losing the teen market, and the food and other entertainment was not enough to draw new or return customers. The company carried large debts as a result of their rapid expansion. When Pizza Time Theater went into bankruptcy in 1984, Brock Hotel Corp promptly bought up its competitors' assets, but Brock soon found the two pizza chain subsidiaries were draining his company's resources. To avoid bankruptcy himself, Brock Hotel Corp underwent a refinancing. By 1985, Showbiz Pizza Time operated 262 restaurants, 107 Chuck E. Cheese's, and 155 Showbiz units. Market research was conducted and found that although young children liked the restaurants, their parents did not. There was too much noise, the food was mediocre, and because there was no service personnel, parents had to order and serve themselves. Showbiz increased the lighting, added windows, and hired service personnel to deliver the food. Restaurants reduced the number of video games, offered more rides and games for the under 12 set, and installed games of skill to attract more fathers. The company improved the pizza and expanded the menu, installed self-serve drink stations, moved the salad bars into the middle of the room to make them more accessible, built a 2-foot-high wall around the toddler area, and put windows in the wall between the dining area and the game rooms so parents could keep an eye on their children but not hear all the noise. Relations between showbiz and creative engineering began to deteriorate. Aaron Fechter, founder of CEI and creator of the Rock of Fire explosion, would later claim in 2008 that the fallout was due to the demand by Showbiz to own CEI's licensing and copyrights to the animatronics show. Fechter said he refused, since Showbiz didn't offer monetary compensation for the rights. Despite the refusal, CEI's creative control was jeopardized, as Showbiz had the ability to program the characters and replicate their voices, allowing them to make changes to the skits. Showbiz later returned the recording rights to Fechter following CEI's Liberty Show production in commemoration of the Statue of Liberty's centennial in 1986, but they did not return the programming rights. In 1989, Showbiz Pizza Time became a public company with its stock market launch. In 1990, it severed all ties with CEI and began restructuring the restaurant chains under concept unification. The change consisted of removing the Rock of Fire Explosion animatronic show from their restaurants and converting it into the new show called Chuck E. Cheese and Munch Make-Believe Band, featuring the Chuck E. Cheese Pizza Time Theater. In addition, all Showbiz Pizza locations in the United States were rebranded as Chuck E. Cheese, effectively ending the Showbiz Pizza brand. By 1992, the conversion was complete, and Showbiz Pizza Time became known as CEC Entertainment, Inc. If you'd like to know more about the Chuck E. Cheese franchise, please watch my other video. Thanks for watching. Hey, you just watched my video. Thanks for watching. Hit that like button and please subscribe to Eric C. Productions.